Oh,
are you ready for the final chapter of? Are you ready for the final chapter of Metroid High School?
it's the final one.
This is chapter 8, Endgame Finale.
Hello, everyone. Wow, it's been a while. It's been a little more than 3 whole years. 3, Jesus!
This has been 3 years in the making.
I started writing Metroid High School, and I can't believe how many people have loved it. 63 views, almost 10,000 hits. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you guys. You are the best. Thank you. That was only 11. Oh my God, she was only 11.
I was only 11 when I wrote chapter 1 of MHS, and lots of things have happened since I started writing. But now I'm in high school, and I barely have more time anymore. Please! Because of school tests and my new boyfriend. He's real, not internet this time.
Wow! I can't believe it!
Cervantes wasn't a real boyfriend.
Cervantes wasn't real?
He's not a real person.
Good.
You know, because he's not a real person. Anyways, so I don't exactly have time to write fanfic anymore on Happy Face. I have had chappies written for months on my hard drive, but I really just want to get the story finished on with life. So I've decided to unload and take elements from each chapter for one big finale. It doesn't always exactly make sense all the time, but hey, it's epic, hopefully, and ties all the loose ends, and it's a fitful conclusion. I think that I've had enough for the talk. It's time for Endgame Finale. But Samus is pregnant and has cholera. So many loose ends, Kyle.
I hope it finishes, Chris.
The halls of a high school. Halls of a high school.
Metroid High School to be there.
Dances, gossip, girls, students, learning everything that happened. Samus and Ridley's ass-out, football, cholera, and even the election. But this happened before.
But now, war stains.
War stains.
111. 1. 111. In the hall. I will protect all things in the hall. The Civil War was raging before it had even started. Falcon's kitchen cabinet. I learned about his U.S. history. Andrew Jackson liked his buddies, so he gave them jobs eating food and partying in the White House. Was in control of the school. Luckily, Samus and friends were not pushovers, so it was a bloody situation. Mandy and Trois were 2 of the people who were fighting in the onslaught. Tio, catch! Helen, the spirit of Helen, addicted as her Mexican, caught the grenade. What are children doing with grenades? With teeth, he pulled out the tag.
Oh my God!
And killing 7 or more Republicans? Jesus Christ!
He just killed students!
Oh my God!
What the fuck?
Too bad one of the key hinters still had a truck up his sleeve.
Oh my God!
When it was a pistol,
no!
it fired at Helen, mortally wounding his soulmate. Tio Juan, Helen coughed was. What? She's been dead all along.
No, it's
Oh.
Tio Juan was insoluble.
Wait, that's still in quotes.
This turned him into a killing machine. He lost his favorite girlfriend.
Before they were boyfriend and girlfriend.
His friend for war. For what? One. The underground art room was where Samus, Amy, Adam, and Principal Yokoi were discussing war games, like the movie.
Yes.
Would you like to play
Except
a
not
game
Warhammer.
of chance? Except not Warhammer or Battlefront, but the kind that countries do before a war. Except this was already happening. What are we screwed? Principal Gunpei Yokoi extruded in the room. Luckily, no one noticed his bozo fits and cared. Why is this person so mean to Gunpei Yokoi? Without him, somebody else would have made the D-pad, but he did it.
So fuck you.
Fuck you. President Iran, here's the ordeal. Amy, her friend, the end advisor, protrude.
Why are children doing this?
Why is it okay to kill students with a grenade?
Why?
Because they're Republicans.
And Helen has been dead the whole time, Chris.
I know.
Can we go back to that?
She's
been dead the whole time.
She imploded.
She imploded.
After being shot to death.
Wait, cut off from the river.
This is a prequel, though, right? Because the fucking okay, the football thing, right? Because they said, hey, this should be more high school oriented because it's a high school fanfic. Because I've been reading high school fanfics. So you know what she did? She said, I'm gonna make a prequel. Does she know what a prequel means? Because
it said it happened before Samus, really, right?
Ridley hasn't been mentioned. The pregnancy hasn't been mentioned. They haven't met yet. This obviously happened
before. But Helen is dead.
Helen died.
Geo 1 has killed people and is not in jail. What? You know what? Let's just get through this. Let's see what happens.
Everything is wrong.
President Aaron Hastings, Odile, Amy, and her friend advisor Protrude, Falcon and the Republican Army have learned how to clone key hunters. That's why there's so many bodies everywhere.
Oh my
This is
God.
not what it looks like. This did not look like it was going to be a happy end. How did they learn how to clone people if they were quote-unquote stupid Republicans? But a shadow appeared in the corner, and it was a good thing they didn't shoot it because it was only Trace. If you can give me and the game dude time, I believe that we can call in reinforcements. Trace covered it. No one likes industrial espionage.
Hey, that's not true. Snake does.
But they agreed that, just like Samus said in speech, that things must be different when there's a war. Okay, I see the ideas, but what are we going to do in the meantime? Adam noted that there might not be enough time for Game Dude's scheme.
Game Dude.
And there were too many enemies to take down.
I like that Game Dude is the Godfather.
To take down with just bosses and political allies. That's when a voice was heard at the door. It was someone that Samus did not exactly expect. You have my body.
And my axe.
You have my body, Ridley Legolas.
Wait, did it actually say Legolas?
Yes, it says Legolas. Like it's Legolas, but Legolas.
Legolas. Legolas. Legolas, and his Legolas.
And when everyone turned around, they saw he was a Mecha Ridley, and was in a robotic combat suit like Metroid Fusion. Okay, he was not.
Okay.
In a robotic combat suit in Metroid Fusion.
Okay.
He was Neo Ridley, which means he was organic.
Okay.
God! If anything, he had like an exoskeleton. Jesus Christ.
Louise.
Samus was happy to see him first, but quickly remembered everything. Sex, cholera, Cervantes. This is in the future!
Well, I guess we can just assume that there's been a civil war going on for forever.
Yeah, okay. Sex, cholera, Cervantes. Was it too much? Samus, I know that things have happened and maybe I'm too manhandle.
Did they just retcon the prequel thing?
I guess it's just like been happening. I don't know. It's fucking crazy. But who? But we must fight to save the school. Let's worry about things later because we have lots of ass to kick right now. Okay. Samus was speechless but murmured because she knew that things were too important to bicker. The football president put on her power suit like when she played football, and together the two robotics joined the battle. There was a lot to deal, but at least they were finally together. 1-1.
Things were a disaster. Bodies were beguiling to pile, and the halls were slippery with blood.
Blood Street.
Blood Street. It's not Blood Street, it's Blood Street. Two friends, Chris and Johnny B, were with Mandy, trying to enter Falcon's office headquarters through a secret door in the underground of the school. Robbie's dead.
No!
Robbie died. This is
I want
war.
to suck his peen.
God. Too bad that Falcon knew the school too and rigged it with mines. Unfortunately for Mandy, she exulted as her body was derailed by explosives.
Oh my god!
My body got a little
Mandy
weird.
died!
John and Chris felt sorry for their loss, but they knew this was the price of war, and that if they didn't stop Falcon's inflation, it would just get higher.
Oh my god.
In another part of the battlefront, Samus and Ridley were using their new armor powers to do serious damage to the enemy bodies. Ted, Robbie, Smiley, and the heartbroken Tio Juan were also contributing to the death toll, and it seemed that the tide was beginning to rise for the better. That was until an old enemy appeared, this time for the finals. Well, we meet again, crowned Kraid and his goons. You think you can win this war? You'll have to go through us. It's time to reveal the gang. Everyone was shocked as the true identities were revealed of Trade's gang members. Silex, Noxus, Candon, Weevil, and I thought Noxus and Silex were fucking cool. And Candon, Weevil, and Spire were. Never mind.
War began to
The gang war began as Samus, Ridley, Tio, Ted, and Smiley and Robbie got in the place to fight the enemies. Ted lunged at Noxus and shanked at him, but Silex was quick to notice and shot Ted in the foot. Both gang bang were ended though when Tio Juan saved Ted's ass by firing Mexican machine guns at him.
What makes them different?
Because they're Mexican.
They're made in Mexico, I guess.
Killing them in the head. He killed them in the head. Silex transformed
People
into
die when they are killed.
a machine gun turret and took out Robbie and part of Smiley. No, Robbie, no!
Robbie, what?
He only took out part of Smiley.
Okay.
But Samus was quick to the draw and fired a super missile, vaporizing both Silex and Noxus. This did not make Candon happy, and the two ex-presidents battled it out. As usual, though, Samus ended up on top and shot electro powers into his brainstem.
What?
That left just Ridley and Crit. What? Oh, okay. You might have won the gang war, but what about this?
Kraid injected enzymes in his arm, and he began to grow massive in his penis?
Yeah. There was a hole in the ceiling when Kraid stopped getting bigger. He started to stomp on students and even Ridley. I have you in my foot!
I drink your milkshake!
I
drink it up!
Hold on. I have you in my foot! Kraid soliloquied as he was about to step on Ridley's face, but hold on! So, he stepped on Ridley. Yes. He turned to the audience to make it clear in a Shakespearean expression, and he said, I have you in my foot! But, sinners. Oh my god. Mother Brain decloaked from her nun clothes that didn't get any better and unleashed her Swiss Guard. That's the Pope Army. Oh my god. Hand training at Kraid and the Key Hunters. This gave Ridley enough time to shoot his eye lasers at Kraid's foot, knocking the evil over. Uh-oh. The Grand Wizard rapped.
Okay.
But it was too late.
I always just assumed that Ridley was just a normal guy.
Fuck you in hell! Chanted Ridley and stuck his suit's robotail in Kraid's face. It was a lot of blood.
The boss, Ridley himself, does not even have
but at least the
laser eyes.
Didn't he have lasers?
He had laser
Mecha
mouth.
Ridley.
He did not have laser eyes.
Mecha Ridley had laser mouth.
He had laser mouth, but not laser eyes.
But normal Ridley had fire.
Can we just come back to the fact that he has laser eyes and therefore suggests that he's still in monster form, which means Samus had sex with this giant fucking dragon thing?
Can we just 1 1 1 1
1 1 1 1
1 1 1 1?
The war was ready to wrap up, but there was one last issue: the imposter president. Samus and her remaining allies were finally able to break into his office fortress. But where was he? Going somewhere?
Somewhere.
There was a voice. As they turned down the hall, zoomed a race car. that was armed like a bat, like the Batman car in the Cave Knight. Captain Falcon, Samus and company condoled, but there was little use. Samus tried her powerful missiles at the car, but they just bounced off with the hood and blew the doors off classrooms, exposing the children.
No,
the children are now naked. Ridley used... So, okay, there were kids just having class while this whole war is just going on?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Ridley used his mecha suit powers to try to stomp the car, but Captain was too fast with his driving and dodged. His turn. Let's see who's the real president now, bitch. Captain Falcon bellowed the car intercom and used his presidential codes to arm the rocket tube with a mini nuke. When it fired, everyone was sure that this was the end of Samus. But just in time, her boyfriend jumped in front of the missile and took the blast himself. Luckily, his suit was radiation resistant. Unfortunately, the nuke blast damaged it beyond repair. Ridley was down, and so was Samus. Ha ha ha! My ride is indestructible! Falcon bandstanded. There isn't a single weapon on Earth that can defeat my juggernog hoots. That's what we're here for, a sudden voice blasted through the roof. And when the dust cleared, there were 4 figures. It was Shas Okais, Ethereal, Kroot, and Taildeer from Dark Crusade High School.
What?
This part was written when Cervantes and I were still internet dating. That's long gone, but why waste a story? I told you guys that reinforcements were on the way. The game dude that Trace revealed over the intercom, and Samus and Ridley were relieved. But not Captain Falcon. Time to seal the deal. Kroot landed.
The full pack.
The full package. You see, Princess, I thought I only wanted your heart. But I was wrong. I was unfair to you. You see, I want the full package. Princess, I am a man now. Gaze upon these powerful, articulate limbs, attached with supple and delicate sinews. And while he and Ethereal distracted the Falcon car by racing it through the hall at top gear, Taildreer and Shash did a power combine for one final blow. When the car rounded down the last corner, it unleashed, totaling the Jugger car and ending the driver. There were still last words, however. I may be dead. What?
I may be dead.
I may be dead, but you still lose. You've still got the cholera. Your dead is mine. The dead president gurgled as Samus so only she could hear him. The war was over, but the girl knew he was right. It was only a matter of time. Isn't cholera treatable? Wait, I don't remember.
If this takes place during the Oregon Trail, maybe not, but...
Okay. Let's just switch off of the paragraph now.
Few people survive in war, but for those who do, it's worth it to save lives. This is what Samus was explaining to the survivors of Metroid High School. All her remaining friends were there, and so were her mom, Mrs. Chozo, and dog Sparky. Samus was giving a great speech.
Great speech!
She felt the darkness taking hold. Dark Samus and the cholera were finally taking over her body. When she collapsed on the floor, people began to crowd around and cry, "Please, is there a way?" Ridley cried out to the gods. Yo, isn't she pregnant?
She is pregnant, isn't she? And it's been like years.
She's pregnant and has cholera and...
There is, confirmed Dr. Bannis, who drove up to the podium in
your
a sport
sins!
car. Revealing a hypodermic needle of serum in it, you found a cure. Everyone cheered. Dr. Bannis turned to her patient.
So the cure for cholera was found in a Metroid fanfic.
Yes. I may not agree with your sex, but I won't see a patient suffer. He doesn't agree with her being a woman.
Even a sin widow!
Sin widow! Even a sin widow like yourself! The doctor Hippocrates and ejected the liquid into Samus's body. The cholera syndromes begin to fade away, but kills the baby in the process. But the Dark was not ready to give up without a fight.
Argh! Samus coughed blood, and a white began to flash. As Samus convulsed, Dark Samus began to materialize outside of her body. Ha 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 ha. Dark Samus satanically echoed. Thanks to your cure, I'm finally free. Dark Samus started running around, taking down students and teachers and eating their souls to gain power. Now that she was cured, Samus was at full power and did her best to fight Dark Samus before it inflicted too many casualties. Unfortunately, Dark Samus was already far too powerful, and all that Samus could do was knock the helmet off of its body to reveal its identity. No one could have expected the truth. What the
Oh my god. Coach Houston, you're Dark Samus? The entire school was shocked in disbelief. Houston only smiled with all his teeth.
Kyle?
Yes?
Coach Houston was inside of Samus the whole time.
You know what, Chris? You know what? I never want to read another fan fiction as long as I live.
I think this will be the last
I think this is the last one.
I think this
But you want to know why? Because it's not the spelling mistakes. It's not the grammar mistakes. It's the story. It's bad. It is really, really bad. There's continuity mistake.
Kyle's really
No! No!
It's really bad.
It's the worst thing I've ever read in my life. I could probably read Twilight and say it's better than this. Because then at least it would be good grammar. Maybe. I admit, I made the cholera. I couldn't have Ridley and Samus be dating because she needs to be a team player, and boyfriends take time. Houston explained. From experience, there's nothing more important than sports, and you can't stop me. Not exactly. At that moment, the doors flew open, and there was the sound of a gunshot. At the door was President Gerald Ford. Finally spelt it right. If you're wondering, he was still president when Metroid High School took place. With a sniping pistol in his hand and 50 Secret Service agents who took control of the situation, Huston was choked. His idol had just shot him in the face. You! Let's go. You!
Okay. But you played football. Why? Houston was confounded in the final moments of his life, but Ford explained, sports can be fun to play and are good for bodies, but sometimes people take it too far. It's not worth it to make biological terror or start wars. But as long as you keep it clean, keep it real. The real president finished his speech, and with that he returned to the White House, leaving Ridley and Samus alone.
Help me. It hurts to read now.
This fanfiction is giving me cholera.
It physically hurts to read this.
I'm gonna go have watery diarrhea now.
Please.
Everything was just about sorted about, but there was still one last thing that was troubling Ridley's mind. Samus could tell because they had been going out for a time, and she inquisited Ridley, "What's the issue?"
Well, it's only 3 more days until the big prom, and I know we're not together anymore. Ridley shuffled uncomfortably, but Samus was warm with a kiss. Ridley, I can't stay mad at you. You know the love when you feel it. And they kissed in front of the entire remaining school. Everyone cheered, including Principal Yokoi, Shas...
Principal
Yokoi, Shas, Tio Huang, Amy, Mrs. Chozo, and even Cervantes cracked a grin. Damn, thought Ridley for the final time. I'm the luckiest guy in the universe.
Epilogue, 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 epilogue. Samus and Ridley went to prom together as a couple, but Samus' ex-boyfriends didn't do so bad at all. Cervantes went with 1-1-1.
Samus and Ridley
because they were both angsty and thought cool.
2006.
And Amy went with Adam not just because of their shared letters, but they had other commons. In George Bush's last minute in office, he excommunicated all aliens, so Tio Juan had to go back to Mexico in the middle of the night. Too bad for Bush. He ran for president of Mexico and won. My dad told me that Mexico will probably be more powerful than the United States in a few years, so that's not so bad. Principal Yokoi decided to retire after the events, but when he learned how to make video games for Nintendo and made the game Metroid based on everything that happened at Metroid.
What?
As for Samus and Ridley, they decided to stick together and see what happens. They decided to postpone the pregnancy.
You can't do that!
What?
You can't do that!
They decided to postpone the pregnancy until after marriage.
You can't do that.
Because even though Juno is a movie, teens don't always make parents in real life. And the next time they had sex, Samus remembered to have her own pregnancy test. That doesn't help!
Or just bring a condom! After 3 years and 11 days, my fanfiction career has officially come to a close.
Good!
Great! Good! Great! 1-1-1-7-6 Samus Ridley Forever 2006. If she can't do it, great!
I couldn't have done it without you guys. You are the best. I would try to make a lot of new things.
When writing.
Like words.
And ideas.
And all kinds of weirdness.
And even though some of you don't like it.
And I didn't make sense the whole time.
At least it's something.
I'm going to miss you guys so much.
I'm never going to miss you. Ever.
But hey, don't forget to review.
Thank you all so much, and never forget, Samus and Ridley forever. QuadLoved. 0 out of 10 would never read again. 1-1-1, 1-1-1-1, 1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1, 1-1-1
out of 0.
1-1-1. I don't want to do this.
Would not read anything else ever again.
Burn it! Print it out and burn it!
Please.
The whole thing!
Burn it. This. Kyle is weeping in my arms.
He's not getting me first. Can I eat you? Please? Long time no see. Got 0 hours. Goodbye.
This
Just
fanfiction is
physically
giving
hurts.
me cholera.